Thank you for taking our time to watch this video. Today we are going to understand function functional interface, and then we'll move to supplier. So the function interface, it takes one input which is of type T, and the return type is type R, which will be different type than the input. So that's the function. So basically some kind of transformation that you want to do. So in this case, as we can see, we are passing some string and we're getting the length. We'll just look into the code examples. I create this function string, comma, the integer. This is my function length. And I'll take this input as s. What it will do is it will get the length of the string. That's the function length. Let's create another function. This is case change. We'll take this string and we'll convert it to uppercase. Here the type is I'll pass string and get string. This is important. What you are returning. In this case, when I'm returning length, I'm returning integer. When I'm doing uppercase, I'm returning the string. So you have seen this is the structure of function interface. T comma R. T is the input and R is the return type. Now it is pretty straightforward, like we have done for the other. We just use the function apply, and here I pass any string. This function is here. I'm applying this length and separate and use function case. Let's see what is the output. As you can see, I have not use this as out. Do that. You can see function length, it returns length 35, and the function case converts it into uppercase. Now, if I want to combine these two, I have two methods, andThen and compose. Both are quite uh, contradictory in a way to each other. We'll understand. But this is straightforward. So for andThen, what I'll do is first I'll do function case. I'll convert the string to uppercase, and then I'll find the length. So that is why you pass the function length, and I apply on this string. I put another route for by application. DS out. If I run this, I'm getting length 18. It would have converted first into the uppercase, and then it would have returned the uppercase string, and then it would have applied function length. So that's the. Let me do one more thing. This is clear from this example. Now we have compose. What happens in andThen? First this will execute, then this will execute. So this andThen. First this and then this. In case of compose, it is opposite. We'll take this same example and just put new just to differentiate the length and put the length here, function case here, and we'll change this method to compose. So what happens in case of compose? First this function will be applied, then this one. So it's reverse basically of what andThen does. As you can see, it is returning the length. This is all about the function interface, but let's do one more thing. We have this example of validate input. Here test name, or basically this whole output that is getting generated, it's in normal case. Let's make it uppercase. I'll use the function predicate here. I'll pass string comma string and function. What we'll do is just apply function dot apply. This is done. Once this is done, let me I'll just pass this function case as a parameter. Now we will do it again. You can see everything is converted to uppercase. This is how you can pass the function behavior as well. Here I have just passed that whatever string is there, you convert it into uppercase. And what my validate input does, so first basically there is a consumer. Consumer in this case, it is just doing system.out.println. So it takes this input, whatever is the input, and prints it. That's consumer does. And function apply, basically whatever is the string that we are getting, it is converting it into uppercase. That's what I have passed here. I can pass other behavior also. Not necessary. That is the advantage here. It is not. So this method becomes very generic. We can pass any kind of behavior, any kind of predicates here, and that's what we have seen here as well. Here you can see I have passed different types of predicates. Similarly, you can pass different types of functions, and we can even pass different kind of consumers. This is about the consumers. Sorry, this is about the functions. Now let's move to suppliers. Suppliers is pretty straightforward. Supplier basically, we take this example, getting a random number. In case of supplier, what it does is it, it doesn't take any input. As you can see, there is no input, and but it returns whatever type you pass. So in my case, I'm passing double. Let's print this random number. We can get it here. Let's see what random number I get. It's 56.512. I can also get the object of a class. The object of this class. Predicate consumer example. Where I will just new. Okay. And if I print it, we'll get the object reference here. As you can see, we get the object. It's basically two string, not overridden that. That's what the supplier does. With this, we have completed all the important functional interfaces. By predicate, it's like predicate. It's just that there are two inputs, but it is always written boolean. In case of consumer, there is also a by consumer. You can have two inputs, but it will return nothing. Method name is same, except in case of function, there is by function. There are two inputs, two different types of inputs. TU could be string, integer, and then the return type could be the third type, readable. The method is applied. In case of unary, there is one kind of input, one input, one output, but the output and input are of same type. That's the difference. This is all about the important Java functional interfaces. Just remember one thing, it is part of the java.util.function, and you can pass them as behavior. When you pass them as behavior, your method becomes very generic. That's the advantage that you get. Otherwise, you would have to write different behavior or methods basically for validated input for each type of predicates, each type of consumers. So all that has been handled here. Thank you so much. Have a good day.